explanatory. All right. And then, so if you want to now then create a design file, so once you're here, click on the design file, it opens like a black canvas. Let me just cut it like that. Now, all I was trying to say is that a lot of persons have got different pace. You can decide to design why I'm actually designing. All right. You can also decide to basically watch, take down notes, learn and understand whatever is going on. And at the end of the day, you can now then get to design yours later so that you can actually participate well. So it depends on your learning skill, your different pace. But please, at the end of the day, make sure that you're actually learning. All right, so just a recap on this. On the left side of this is called the layer panel. All right, here it's called the layer panel. The layers is whatever you design here on this. This is called your editor. All right, this is called your tool panel, and this is called your property panel. Now, on your tool panel, you have your things like your pick your select tools and all that. This is for your frames. We're going to practicalize on this for your tools. You've got your rectangle, your line shapes, and all that. You can also import images and video as well. This is also for pen. We're going to practicalize on most of this. This is for your text, if you want to write a text and all that. This is your hand tool to move around this editor. This is for comment, to drop a comment. We'll practicalize on every single thing. So now you understand what your tool is. Then here is also if you want to rename this project. So let me say training, maybe class 1, and just put it like that. So if you just want to give it a name, so at the end of the day, each design file, remember I showed you what your draft is. So these are your drafts, all right? So you can see that as I've changed this name, it has automatically changed it to class 1. If I just take off the class 1 and just take off the 1 and put up the class, if I come here, you can see it's class. So it's always advisable, please do well to rename your file so that you can easily identify whatever you're looking for, especially when you start designing a whole lot of things. All right. Now, if you want to draw a rectangle, if you click on that, you can actually just draw a rectangle. You can see that whenever you draw anything or put up anything on your layer panel, every single thing on the left will show. If I come here again and I put up a circle, all right, if I put up a circle, you can see, and it's called an eclipse. In Figma, it's called eclipse, all right? It shows. So whatever you do would show on your layer panel. So now you understand the benefits of layer. Now let's look at a little benefit on the property. On your property, you get things like, for example, your color, all right? So if I would like to color this, I can click on fill. The fill is like filling a background, filling a text, or whatever you're trying to do. Whatever you highlight on, you click on this, and you can actually select whatever color you want. Now you can see that as I move through this color swatch, here it's called a color code. All right. So if you've got a particular code you would want to work on, maybe assuming you're working for a company and they say, oh, our color code is maybe AAAAA or ADADAD. Or you don't need to just come and type here ADADAD. Let's see what color that will give us. So it gives us kind of shade of gray and all that. So you can either put up a color, like for example, in this class, I'll give you some color codes while you're going to imitate your design at the end of the class that will guide you on what color to put in anything you're doing. You can also, this is called a color picker. So let's say, for example, this particular color is what I want to design on. Now, let's say that I've imported something, right? And I want to take this color and I want this color here. Let's assume this color was this, right? I need this color. All I need to do, click on this box. Let me increase this. Click on this box. Click on this eyedropper. You see this eye with, with the dropper, this thing here. Click on it. Click on this. You can see it would take that color. I'll come again. Click on this. This is the color. Now you actually are designing something. You like one shade of color on a design. All you need to just click on the one you want to make the change. Click on your fill. Click on this eye drop. Locate the color you want, and it would pick up that color as well. So if you're designing and you see a color on Google and you just download the image or wherever, and once you've downloaded it, you import it, which I'll show you how to do about it. You bring it down to your editor. This is called your editor. This blank space is called your editor. Now, some may actually on their Figma see that theirs is not black. It's on the page. I can decide to make it white. But I always encourage, please make it dark because you may be designing and you need, but don't make it 000 dark. Just, give some space. The reason is because of accessibility. Some people, the black affects their eyes and all that. So just keep it in a bit up and all that. That is how to make use of your tool. Now, this is basically a pen tool. I'll talk about that when we get into that. So that I don't want to move into things that we're not going to start working on at the moment, so you don't get confused. Now, this is your text. The T already stands for text. It means you can actually type anything you want. So let's say, how are you? So when you're typing, you can actually type in. Now that you've typed this, if I want to increase, remember, anything you want to perform on an on a text or wherever on a shape, you come to your property bar. All right. You can see that this text is more like Microsoft Word, where you can actually change your font style and all that. So you can come here and change whatever style of the text you want it to appear. Let's say maybe, for example, it is Calibri. I know most of you may know this from Microsoft Word. So you can click on that. That will change. Regular, you can maybe decide to put on bold. This is just like simple Microsoft Word. So you can increase the font to whatever size. It's called a font size, whatever size you want to. So if I want to make it like 24, that is 24 and all that. I'll teach you of this when we get into that, but let me show you this. So if you want center alignment, you can put on center alignment, right alignment, left alignment. But as we go while we're designing, I'll teach you how to make use of this. We've already talked about fill color to add a color. So I can also add a color to this text. Maybe let me add something like this, and that's the color for the text. As we keep going, I'll also teach you this ones as well. This is just to add a stroke and all that, but I don't want to apply that on a text. All right, so I'll apply that when we're maybe designing something like a shape or wherever, and I'll teach you how to do that. Effects are things like background, drop shadows, and the rest of them. I'll teach you how to do that when we get to that point. Now, your export, which is the last on your property, is if you like to export out whatever you've designed out to your laptop and all that. So I'll teach you how to do that when we get to that point as well. What else? All right, so this is your prototyping. We will not go through prototyping now, but at some point, I think, I can't remember what week that is from our calendar, we'll learn what prototyping is. Prototyping is making your stuff come to life as it seems like a real website, whereby if I click on the button, it takes me to the next page, things like that. It becomes more interactive. All right, so if you've learned something here, please put up a Y that you understand everything has been said so far. Please put up a Y. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, please put up an N. Okay. All right, so I can see everyone is put up a Y, so I want to believe that everyone, okay, we've got some N's. Great stuff. I'm going to ask some questions. Okay, so the first is Mr. Moses. What's your question, please?
Okay. From the master class, I try to understand most of this Figma because I've never used Figma before.
Okay.
I'm just the first time I heard it is from you.
Okay.
So, and when I try to open it on my system, I have to register on my system. Yeah. So, but I can't. My own is not like yours. So I don't know. I'm seeing. I try to get a space the same way you have it there, and it's showing me some other thing with line and other things, and then pictures and all that. So I'm wondering how you. I'm following all the other things you're saying, but the workspace, I cannot. I cannot understand my own. I think my own has something like that is there. I don't know. Like line colors. I don't know how to remove it and have a plain space like yours, so I can be experimenting what you're saying.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is at the end of the class, I'm happy to stay back, and then if you've got your laptop on, you could share your screen with me, and then I'll guide you on how to get that sorted. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you.
Great stuff. All right. So Shay.
Okay, so I don't really have a question, but it's a question. So I don't know if you can, because the way the screen is showing now, like the infinity screen, it bothers me. I don't know if it's just me. So I don't know if it's possible for you to share only your Figma screen, so that if you navigate back, it doesn't show that infinity screen. I don't know, please, because it would really help. I don't know if anybody else has that issue, but for me,
is it better now?
Yeah, so I can see your screen, like your Figma screen, and I can't see the infinity screen anymore.
So this is better now.
Yes.
Okay, great stuff. Can someone else as well confirm from your own end? Is this better?
It's better, sir.
Great stuff. All right, thank you. Let me see if it's
better, but it's not bright.
It's not bright. Okay, let me see. Is it bright now? Is it bright enough?
This thing is too small for me. I don't know.
What's not bright? Is it the color? Maybe you need to increase your own light, because mine is already to the highest. It could be your own light. Have you tried doing that?
You can try zooming in yourself. Shay, can try zoom out your page from your phone to see more of what it's doing.
Okay.
No, I'm not the one complaining. I can see it fine. Okay. So maybe the person that is having issues, you can do your there's a place where you can change the layout of your screen. So if you change the layout to full screen, then you should be able to see it well.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, so I believe I was able to answer every question. All right, so now we understand a bit on how to make use of these tools and all that. We are going to start doing something. So now this is something we are going to design right here in class. Like I said, you can decide to either design with me, or you can decide to basically just watch and take notes. This would also be posted on the YouTube channel, and then you can go there and also learn. Especially for those who said they don't have light as well. So now the first thing you need to know, please write this down. Whenever you're designing a landing page or a website, I will not give you the sizes for mobile at this point. Whenever you're designing a website or web application, a landing page, the first thing you must do. So I'm going to show you the first thing you have to do. You have to create a frame size. Now you may ask, what is a frame size? Your TV screen, for example, has got a size, all right, where a display size. Your phone has got a display size, all right, which your laptop has also got a display size. For just make it easier, your TV, for example, you have things like 14-inch, 52 or 55-inch TV, 65-inch TV, things like 32-inch TV. Those are screen sizes. So whenever you're designing, you design with a screen size for that particular thing you want to design. So the first thing you need to do is this. Someone wants to join. Give me a second. Let me add up. Who is coming at this point? Okay. So the first thing you need to do is you have to come into, you see this hashtag, all right? Can everyone see my screen properly? You see this hashtag? You see frame? You click on this frame. So the first thing you do is you come to this hashtag, you click on this frame. Once you click on the frame, your property will be activated. Let me do that again. You can see that now that we're on this hashtag, there is nothing showing. The different sizes are not showing. But when you come here and you click on frame, you can see a lot of things has now changed. Now you must ask yourself, what are you designing? Are you designing something for a phone? If you click that drop down, different size of that phone would come up. But on today's, we're trying to design something for a desktop. I would always say, go for desktop. This desktops, and for the fact that you're using a MacBook, you may want to be tempted to go into this. But if you're designing for a particular company and they want to design specifically for a MacBook Air or any of these inch sizes and all that, then do that. But the reason why we actually design on a desktop is it can actually be very compactable in every other screen sizes, whether it's a MacBook, whether it's a Windows, you know, and all that. It would definitely fit in every size. So when you go to this frame, I'll do that again. You go to your frame, come to your desktop, click on desktop. You can see the size there is 1440 times 1204. You don't need to cram that. Just click on desktop. Now, when you click on desktop, this appears. Your frame size has now been created. All right. Now, for good practice, I like to always say, name your frame. So let's just name this, for example, a landing page. So all you just need to do is click on it, double click on it, it would appear. Put up your cursor. Let me zoom in a bit. Put up your cursor and say landing page. It's always good practice to name whatever you're doing, landing page. Now, that is the first step you need to do. You have to create your frame size. The second thing you must do is a must that you have to do is you have to create your grid. Now, your grid, see it as a way that helps you align things properly. All right, so it helps you for alignment and all that. So you just like, for example, back in those days, or I think right now it still happens. Your notebook, there is a line towards the edge, the left side, which guides you that when you're writing, don't write beyond that side. All right. So in design as well, there's something called grid system. All right. So you just agree, just it as a ruler to guide you. Now, though I know I've said you don't write and design anything. Once you put that ruler, you don't design anything across it. But there is some exceptions to it. The people who created these laws sometimes break it a bit. Exception could be, for example, a background. You're trying to put up a box for a background. You can decide to, put up any design, beyond that. For example, things like this. If I show you the grid system of this one, give me a second, please. Give me a second. Okay, so back to it. So sorry about that. I had it. Sorry about that. All right, so back to our Figma class. Now you have created your landing page. The next thing is to create your grid system. All right, so you can see the grid system on this side. You can see that while designing, I make sure that my text don't cross the line. All right, this guides you. My buttons don't cross the line. Now you see there's some exceptions. For this box, for example, let me just change the color so maybe black. You can see that I actually crossed the line. Those are the little exceptions you get, and all that. So those who make this law sometimes break it and all that. So I wanted to basically say that so that you won't say, oh, I thought you said you don't design outside the box. So you can see that mostly things like let me put this darker. Things like a background color are basically exceptions and all that at times. But text and things like that, you have to do it within the box. Sorry about for the noise. Just got some deliveries just in case. Sorry about that. All right, so let's move into the design itself. All right, so now you've created your page and all that. The next thing you need to now then is to create your layout grid. So you can see it right here, layout grid. You click on the plus sign. All right, so when you click on the plus sign, the grid comes up here. Let me do it again. You select the frame that you've just created, which you've named landing page. The next thing, you come to your layout grid on the plus sign, click on that. You see these dotted lines, right? These are the settings. You click on the settings. A display box will pop up here. All right. Then you click on this as well and select columns. All right. So the first thing you do is you click on your layout grid. You click on the dotted ones. A pop-up box comes up. You click on columns and you get this pop-up box. Once you're done with that, on the count, always set it to 12. All right. Set your count to 12. The next thing you have to change here is just your margin. The margin is the space between the space you want to give, towards, the end of the frame size. Yeah, the space between here and all that, and where you want to give the space. So set it to about 100. So you can see that it's giving the space now. And that's all you need to do. You only change the count and you change the margin. I would say please write the steps down. You go to here, you click on your frame, you click on your desktop. Next step is you click on your layout grid, click on the dotted lines, select these two columns. Your count is set it to 12, and then your margin is selected to 100. And that's all you need to do. And then that will be done. If you understand what has been said so far, please put up a Y. And if you've got any questions you'd like to ask, please put up an N. But nice that everyone also communicates, so I know everyone is following. I want everyone to understand everything, and please forgive me for the noise. It wouldn't happen again. I'm just having deliveries today, so the noise is just a lot. So sorry. I can see everyone has put up a Y. Okay, Gabriella, you've got a question. Carry on, please.
Okay, so my own, when I clicked the dotted stuff on the layout grid, I'm seeing size and I'm seeing color. I'm not seeing counts and the margin. I'm just seeing size. So mine is saying size 9, and then I'm saying color, and then I'm saying percentage.
No problem.
After clicking the dots.
Okay.
Under the layout grid.
Okay. Watch as I do it again. Okay. I've deleted that. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to click on this layout grid, this plus sign.
Okay.
Then I'm going to click these dotted ones here.
Okay.
There is a drop down. Select that and select columns. On the counts, you can see the drop down here, right?
Yes.
Click on it. Scroll down, you see 12. Can you see that now?
Yes, yes.
Great stuff. So when you click on 12, the next thing you do is on your margin, type 100 and enter, and then close this pop-up box. That's all you need to do.
Okay, thank you. Let me do that.
Great stuff. Great stuff. I think every other person understands it. Thank you. All right, so that's the first thing you have to do always whenever you are trying to create any form of design, whether it's a landing page, a website, or a web application. Okay. Now, the next thing we are going to do, remember, we're trying to imitate what's here. So we're going to design this together. So we can see that this is a text, which stands for logo. All right, so we're going to type 7 communities. All right. We're also going to, these are navigations. So I'm going to explain the different sections before we definitely would design. Now, this is called, from here to this point, is called your hero section. You may ask, what is a hero section? A hero section is the first thing you see when you land into any website. Now, it is very important that when you're designing, make sure that the most important things you want your users to see should be what shows. Now, I'm going to basically go online and just type something. What company should I type? What company should I type? Let's see, I don't know, for those Nigeria child deck. Let's see. Good. Now, child deck, for those in Nigeria, I'm sure Lagos, you will definitely know what child deck is, where you can actually order stuff. From this section to this first screen, you can see without having to scroll down, is another way to explain it. It's called your hero section. So what you want to do is you want to put up the important information you want your users. Now, when I say users, the people who would be accessing these platforms, what do you want them to see when they get to come into your website? Now, that is a very key thing as a UI UX designer, the things you need to know, because if you get it wrong if you don't put the right things you want to put there, you end up saying that the platform will not get as much traffic that it should be. Now you ask yourself, what are things you need to put on your hero section? Obviously, what comes in here is going to be your logo or your company name. You definitely have things like navigation. So these are your different navigation that you click and it takes you to the next page, and buttons. All right. Now, this is, some people also tend to add, this is like a title text. All right. I think in the end, they're trying to speak in different languages. All right. This is a title text. You can also add, okay, I can see, have you eaten? You can also add a body text as well to it underneath it. Some do that. Now, another most important thing is, what do you want your users to see immediately they come into your platform? That is a very important thing. So sorry for the noise. What do you want your users to see when they come into your platform? You want them to immediately, like for example, child want them to be able to immediately download their app, either on App Store on this. That's one thing they want. Give me a second. Yeah, Michaela.
I can't see what I'm seeing. I'm still seeing your Figma page. I can't see the website that you're showing.
Thank you for noticing that. It was because I shared my screen only just to that. So sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that, because I wouldn't even have known. Let me share to this. I think this one. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see my screen now? Like the child deck?
Yes.
Can you see the child deck?
Yes, I can.
Great stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling my attention. Thank you. So you can see that child deck, for those in Nigeria, it's a place you can order food, from home. It's just like those of us here in the UK, Uber Eat, Just Eat, and things like that. Now, so your hero section is what the first thing, the things you see when you land into a page. That's called a hero section. The first thing the user will see before they have to scroll down to see other things. All right. What are the first thing? This is called a hero section. Now, it's very important as a UI UX designer to ensure that you put what the call to action bar, what the important message you want to pass across to your users, because this can either make profit. This section here can either make profit to the company or lose customers. For example, Child Deck's aim is that when you come in, they want to have a lot of people to sign up on their Google Play Store and their Apple Play Store. So to them, that's a very paramount thing for them, because when you're able to download their app, you can start ordering the food at the comfort of your home. All right. So I'm going to explain what this is. This is called, obviously, your logo or your company name. You put them here. Then here is your navigation. All right. Your navigation. This is a button. All right. A drop down for buttons and all that. This is called your title text. Now, you can have most people also put a body text down here as well. I also do that. But for these people, they just decide to put up a title text. Now, this is called a call to action. It's called buttons, but it's a call to action. So your call to action is very important to ensure you put that on your hero session. Now, call to action means, what are you calling your customers? What actions are you calling your customers to take when they land on your page? Now, for Child Deck, their major aim is that when I come in here, I should just immediately sign up. So if I use an Android phone, I just quickly click on this, and then it takes me to install. And if I use an Apple phone, if I click on the App Store, it should take me, so that the reason is, once I install, I can start using the app to download things. All right. Now, most people can also decide to put more things on their hero section, but just know that a hero section is the most important things you want your users to see when they come in to your page. Now, if you understood what I have said so far, please put up a Y. And if you don't understand anything I've said so far, please put up an N. Okay, I need everyone to always comment so that I know that everyone is following. Great stuff. Thank you very much. So it shows that everyone understands. Now, the reason I spend so much time to explain this thing is so that when we start designing, you know why we are doing whatever we're doing. All right, let's move over to the next. So I'm just going to stop presenting this, and then I'm going to reshare to just my Figma so you can actually get to see the Figma view clearly. Where's my Figma? My Figma. That's this one. Okay. Can you see my Figma?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Great stuff. Now we understand what a hero section is. So it's the first thing you see when you land into a page. And I will tell you how to set that. Now that's something that a lot of designers don't do right. Okay, because they just design and at the end of the day, they push their color button way down. So if as a user, I come in, I'm not engaged in what I'm trying to see. I don't understand what you're trying to sell. Not knowing that whatever the color button could have been way down because I have to scroll down. I may decide to just exit because I don't know what's going on there. All right, but you have to make sure that when you're designing, all those things have to fall in into the color section of what you can see. Now, how do you do that? Now, this is something a lot of people don't know, but I'll teach you that. How do you do that? You come to this page, all right? You see this line here. You can see that this is how my cursor looks like. My cursor, it's on the arrow sign, right? Now, if I take it to this line that I've got these numbers, you can see that it changes. All right, it changes to a ruler. Now, all you need to do is left click on that and drag down. You can see when I drag down, it shows I'm still dragging, I'm still holding on my left key. I will always advise, please get a mouse. It can be a very cheap mouse, it doesn't matter. Get a mouse. It helps your designing much easier than using just your laptop keypad. All right, so I'm still holding that. All I just need to just drag down. Maybe let me drag down somewhere here. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to color this field. I think I've already showed you where the color is, yeah, on this field. Just to color the background. I'm going to check. Look, and let me add something. I'm going to add a box. So all I just do is just add a rectangle. Click on that. The rectangle would appear. Just so when you click, let me do this again. So you click on this. You click on the rectangle. The plus sign would show. It shows you can start drawing. So when you left click and you drag, you can drag and release to wherever you want it to be. All right. So I'm just going to do it from here and then maybe to the end of this and put it somewhere here. Please pardon me for the noise. Okay. So all I'm just trying to do is I want to be able to know where my hero section should end. That's what I'm doing. Where would my hero section end? So I'm just going to color this. Let me just, you can give it any color. It doesn't matter. All right. Now, how do you get to know? Click on this and then click on this play presents. See this play button here. All right. Click on that. It opens you to a different page. Can you see that? Can you see that, the red background?
Yes.
Great stuff. So you can see that on the red background, it's too much and all that. So we're going to start adjusting until we see some white space somewhere here. We're going to keep adjusting until we see some white space somewhere here. So now what we're going to do is on the background, we're going to just shift it a bit and then we check. So you shift it, you can see some white spacing is here and all that. It means that whatever I'm designing, just leave a little bit of white space. All right, there's no measurement to it. You just use your IQ to just basically do that. Okay, so just leave a bit of space here. It tells us that whenever we're designing on our hero section, whatever we design on that hero section should contain in this place. All right, don't design more than this. Now, how do you do that? You do that by now then adjusting your line. You see this line we initially created, this line. So that's the benefit of it. So you bring it down to the end of that box side and then you can delete the box. So you just say delete. Give me a second, please. Okay, so that is basically how that is done. Now, if you understood how we're able to get the line and measurements for our hero section, please put up a Y and all that. And if you don't understand how we got the measurement, please put up an N. Okay, I can see, Michelle, you've got a question.
Yes.
Okay, so what's your question?
Okay. The red line that's there.
Yeah.
I don't know, how did we get it?
How did I get that?
Yes.
Okay, I would answer that. I'll answer that right. Let me see what Mr. Endwell, what's your question?
Oh yeah, sorry, I lost it when you were talking about the play button
Okay,
after the rectangle, red rectangle.
okay, I would explain that as well.
Mhm.
And then Merit.
Yeah, it's for the rectangle too. It's not clear how you got to the end.
No problem. I will do that again. Okay, no problem. Now let's go back to our Figma. Can you see my Figma now?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
going to delete that. All right. Now the first thing I would say you should do is this. For you to get the line. Now this line, you can see my cursor shows this cursor. You can see the arrow sign. Now when I bring it up here, you can see up. That's to this place. Okay. Do you have this place here? Do you have this with the 100, 200, 300? Do you have that on yours?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
There's a way to activate that. Let me figure that out. Yeah, so you go to your view. So you go to your Figma icon, all right? Go to your view and then select rulers. Just click on rulers and it would activate. Or you can say Shift R. Has that come up now?
Yeah, that's common for me.
Great stuff. All right, so I think I've answered one question. Now that it has come up right now, all you need to do is get your cursor to turn like this, left click and drag down. Just keep dragging the line and then release your hand. You can see that red line is there now. The next thing you now then do is draw a rectangle. So you come to your shape tool, click on the rectangle, and we're just going to make a rectangle from edge to edge. All right, just you can draw it up to anywhere because right now we don't know where our this thing will be. Let me close this and all that. I like to say just give it a darker color so that you can be able to know and all that. So once you've done that, click on your landing page again. So sorry, it will all be done soon. Click on your landing page again. Come to the right top corner that says present. Close to the zoom, this thing. Come to the right corner that says present. Can you see what the play button is? It has a play sign, like a button. Come to that and click on it. Left click on it. It would open a different tab. It would open a different tab page. Now this is what it is. Now you can see that our rectangle is way down. We want to give a space so that we can know where our hero section should end. Now how you do that is by adjusting a bit. Just keep adjusting the downside. If you adjust small, you come back and check. You can see that as adjusted small, we've left a white space. It means that from this place, so once you've been able to do this, you've gotten the size, all you need to do is click on this, just raise this up the line to the ending of the rectangle box, because now we've gotten our measurements. And once you raise, you shift that line up, you delete this one. All right, you delete this one, and then you have gotten where what your landing page should be. Now, was this if you understood now, please could you put up a Y? If you understood now, please put up a Y.
Sorry, please. I tried following through. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But the other page you took me to appears blank. So I don't know why.
So what you do is this: you click on your Figma.
Yeah.
Can you click on this? Click on this page. You have to click on this page. All right.
Oh, I have to title it first.
No, you don't need to title it, but I mean, it's for good practice to title. All right. But if you click on it, you click on this play present. Can you see that?
Yes.
When you click on that, it opens you to another page.
Exactly.
Now, but before you do that, it's showing you blank right now like this, yeah?
Yes.
It's because you missed out some steps that I did.
Okay.
You missed out some steps that I did. I'm going to do it again.
Sorry.
No problem. So the first thing I say you should do is draw a rectangle. All right? Draw a rectangle, maybe up to here. Maybe give it maybe Maybe give it like a darker color. All right. Maybe you can just select here, give it a darker color. Have you done this now?
I mean, everything is warped.
Huh?
I'm trying to go back to the rectangle. I can't find the icon anymore.
The icon will always be here.
Okay, it's back.
Yes.
Okay, I've done the rectangle. So how do I choose the color?
So you select the rectangle itself, and then your property bar on the right to activate. Go to your field and select your color.
My field is blank.
Can
It's
you see
grayed.
the
It's
field?
grayed
Click
out.
on your field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's grayed out.
So you click on this box, the rectangle box, and then your field. Can you see this?
Yes.
Click on it and select any color you want. Can move around any color you want.
Maybe there's something I'm not getting right because my field is grayed out.
Okay. Is there any other person experiencing that as well?
Okay, he's here now.
Okay, he's here now. Great.
Yes,
okay.
thanks.
All right. So now that you've done that, the next step you need to do is your ruler. All right.
Okay.
So you come up here, you've activated your ruler now. So let's click and you drag down. Can you see that? Can you see that?
To the end of the rectangle.
To the end of the rectangle. And then you release your hand. It's there. You may not see, but it's there.
Done.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, once you've then done that, you can now then, let me close this. You can now then come here and play. Click on this play, which is the present. It will open a new page with the new color background. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Has that happened now?
Just a second, it's loading. I don't know why.
Okay.
Just a second, please.
No problem.
Oh, still blank.
Okay. Are you using a laptop?
Yes.
Could you share your screen?
Can I share?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure everyone is following. If you also have that issue, I will always guide you to. So you can share now.
Okay, sir.
Gabriela, what's your question?
Gabriela, how do you get the ruler stuff activated?
Okay, to get it activated, go to your Figma icon, the F on your 2 panel. There is a drop down there. Once you click on the drop down, there's a view. Click on the view. A pop-up box on the right will show. Click on ruler and it will appear. Let me know when that's done. Okay?
Figma icon.
Yes, can you see the Figma icon on the 2 panel?
Yes.
Click on it. There's a drop down.
Okay.
Scroll down to view. Can you see view?
Yes. Yes.
Please. Then click on ruler. A pop-up box on the right will show. Click on rulers. It will activate.
Okay.
Let me know when that's done.
Yes, I have.
Great stuff. Mr. Moses.
Yes, my own is showing a phone.
It's showing what?
A phone.
A phone.
Yes, like an iPhone.
Okay. That's when you play the button, it shows an iPhone.
Yes.
No problem.
Shows me an iPhone.
Click on, come to your property panel. You see, that's the reason why you need to know where is property and where is layer panel. So click on your property panel. You know where your property panel is on the right?
Yes.
Now you can see on the top most, it says design and prototype.
Prototype, yes.
Click on prototype.
Yeah, I've done that.
On the device, you click on none. Select it to none, which is the first one.
On the prototype.
There is something called device down.
I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing show prototype setting.
Click on that.
Okay. Okay.
Can you see device?
On device, see device, yes.
Click on none, select it to none. Click on that box and select none.
Okay. None, I've seen it.
Then when you run it, it would show as a website. Let me know when that is done.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, Mr. Endwell. Over to you. Okay, so go back to your Figma. Let me see. Go back to the main Figma page, like the main Figma, before you click on the present stand well. Okay, while you're doing that, Merit, what's the question? Merit, have you got any question? You put up an N.
Oh no, not yet.
Okay. Okay, so why yours is showing like this, I can see it looks like you did not set up a column. So let's do it together. All right. Delete every single thing you've got on this. Just delete everything. We'll do it together.
Backspace,
Now, so
right?
put it back on design. Put yours back on design. You're on prototype. Put it back on design. You only use prototype when we get to that point. So delete everything, and we'll use you to learn everything. Take off everything. Take off that. Yeah, delete. Yeah, I can see your screen. Delete everything. Now, what's the first thing you do when you're trying to create a landing page? What's the first thing? The frame size. So create your frame.
Desktop size.
Great stuff. Go to your frame. See that hashtag?
Yeah.
Wait, there's something at the background. I saw something at the background there. Yeah, delete that. No, there's something about, you know what? Delete this. There's something at the background and it's going to affect your design. Can you see that? Something appeared there. It's going to disturb you if you do that. You know what? Click on page. See that page 1. Come to page 2. Click on that page 1 on your layer panel.
Yes.
Yeah. Click on page 2. See that plus sign? No, that plus sign at the top. See plus sign at the top. Yeah. That's to create different pages. We're going to design on your page 2, then you can delete your page 1. There's something at the background, and that's what's affecting. So now that you've done that, all right, now go to your frame size. Create your frame size. Click on frame. On your desktop, click on desktop. No. You don't drag it. No, you don't drag it. That's where the issue is coming from. Delete that one.
Okay.
Click on your frame. Just click on the frame. Don't just click on the frame. Yeah, click on the drop down. Select the frame. Select the frame. Good. It has. Don't worry. Then come to your property panel on the right. No, don't drag it in. Don't drag it. Come to your property. Click on desktop. Click on desktop. See desktop down there. Click on that. Good. Your frame size has come up. You have done the number 1 thing. The second thing is to set your layout grid. On your property bar, click on your property on your layout grid.
Sorry, please. I clicked on the desktop. I'm seeing Mac. I'm seeing other things.
So select desktop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I have it.
Yes. So click on layout grid. Next thing is to click on your layout grid. You can see layout grid. Click on the plus sign. The plus sign. Yes. Now click on that. Click on the grid. Select to column. Now your count, set it to 12. Your margin, set it to 100. Enter. That is the second step you need to always do. Now that you're not done with this, so this is where the next step is this. Come to your shape 2. It's on your 2 panel, and draw a rectangle from end to end. So from one end, from the end of from when I say end to end, that's from the end of this thing to the end of the other one.
From here to here.
Yeah. Did you delete that rectangle that was there?
Yes, I deleted it.
Now, so yeah, draw a rectangle from end to end. Drag it down a bit. There's no measurement to this one. Just drag it down a bit. End to end is okay. Then close the up one. It's okay. You can release that first for now. Close the up one to end. Good. Now you have done that. Give it a darker background. I always like to say give it darker background so that you can be able to see properly. Click on your fill. Click on the fill. See that fill color.
Yeah.
The fill color. That shows you the color of your this thing. Click on the fill color. Rectangle. That box. Yes. Now select any color. You can select any color. That's fine. No problem. Click out. Now the next thing you now then do to set your ruler so you can align your hero section. Come up to this. Yeah, come up there. Yeah, exactly. Drag the line. So come up to your ruler. You see that? Then drag it down.
I should drag the ruler down.
Yeah, so when you that red thing, just keep dragging it down, keep dragging it down until just drag it out first for now. Leave now, release your hand.
Okay.
Good. Now the next thing is click on that desktop one. The name of your frame. Click on it. Now that you've done that, click on your play button, which is the present.
Sorry, please, sir.
Mr. Moses, I'll come to you soon.
Okay, because it's the same thing. When I'm trying to, I put the ruler, try to drag down.
Yeah.
I'm dragging everything together.
It's because you're also dragging the desktop. So what you do is Mr. Endwell, delete this ruler and then show Mr. Moses how you did it. Just explain how you did it because you're the one your screen is showing now. So delete this ruler, the red ruler you drag down. No, not so. Do Ctrl Z. Press Ctrl Z. Now delete the ruler, not the rectangle, the ruler, the red line down.
This one.
Yeah, delete it. No, when you say delete, just click on it. Okay, come down, just bring it down. Now click on it. For you to delete, click on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Until if the line shows blue, you can delete it. If it shows red, it will delete everything you've done. So click on that ruler. Good. Okay. Now delete. Click on your delete button. Good. That is done. Now show Mr. Moses how it's done to create the ruler.
Okay, what you showed me is that I took my cursor to this.
The ruler grid. Yeah,
the ruler grid now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it asked me to drag it down.
Yeah.
This point and then release.
Mr. Moses, is that clear? Hello, Mr. Moses, is that clear?
I'm seeing it, but I'm trying to see what I can implement what he did.
Do you have do you have that ruler guide there?
Ruler guide.
Do you have the numbers, the 0, 20, that kind of thing, the numbering up there?
No, I don't think.
Go to your Figma. Go to this Figma icon.
Yes.
Mr. Andrew, please show him. Go to this Figma icon.
Yes. I went to the view and I click on the ruler.
Yes, click on the ruler. Go to view and click on the ruler to activate. Is the ruler activated like with checked mark?
No, I saw ruler visible. That's what the.
Okay, I'll come to you soon. No problem. I'll come to you then. Share your screen. All right. So now that you've click on the play. Did you open up the second page, Mr. Andrew?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Now show us the second page you've opened.
Trying to see why it's like this. I don't know.
I can't see anything.
Okay.
You may need to present so that we can see your second page. Is everyone as well? Just play attentive to this, just in case you may learn one or two as well. If there are any questions, let me know.
This is how it appears. I don't know why.
That's how yours appears. Yeah. It's just showing a blank listing of mine.
Exactly.
Okay. Go back to your Figma. Okay, I can see this. Go back to your Figma.
Okay. Just 1 second.
Let me check the setting of your prototype. Go back to your Figma.
Can you see?
Yeah. Go to your prototype on your property panel. Property panels on the right. Yes. Go to show prototype setting. Show prototype setting down.
This?
Yes. Okay, your device is to none, so that's fine. The device is to none, so that's fine. Now go back to your play button. No, go back to your design. Your design on your property panel. See top. Yeah. Now click on your desktop. Click on your desktop frame. No, the desktop name from the desktop name.
This desktop name?
Yeah, click on that. Now, play button. Click on it. Has it opened now?
Let me show you, just red all through.
Good. That means it's showing the red you put there.
Okay.
Can you see that now? Now, how do you adjust it? So I'm going to use you to guide to show everyone. How do you adjust it now? Okay, now you've known it. Let me share my screen, because your own, you have to keep going on and off and all that. So I think this is the question you asked. All right, so
thank you so much.
No problem. Mr. Moses, could you like to share your own screen?
I don't think I can, because I'm listening through my phone device, but just using the laptop to follow up.
Okay. So your question is based on you can't see the ruler. Is that your question?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to show you, and then if you still don't get it, then what will happen is I would have to meet you privately to go through that, just so that I don't delay everyone else.
All right.
Let's go to the right page. My Figma. Where's my Figma? Where's my Figma? Can you guys see my Figma?
We can see your page.
What?
We can see your meet page.
Yes, but it's so small.
Okay. Yeah, I think I need to. Where's my Figma here? I don't even see my Figma. Okay, I think it's this one. Yeah. Is it big now? Can you see it?
Yes.
Great stuff. Thank you. So I believe everyone understand how we got to this point. So Mr. Moses, what you need to do is this. All right. So when you come, you click on this. You see here, yours may be showing desktop 1 because you've not renamed it. If you want to rename it, just double click on that and you can type. You can see the cursor for typing would appear. So yours may be showing desktop 1 or desktop 2, depending. So when you click on this, you are highlighting the full frame. All right. Now you come to this. You can see I came here. This cursor has changed to up and down arrow. Now I'm going to left click and I'm going to drag down. All right. So I can drag down anywhere and release it. Let me drag down again, maybe somewhere here. Now I'm going to start measuring. For me to measure, let me delete this. For me to measure, I'm going to click on this frame and name, click on my play button, which is present. And then you can see it shows me the red background. It creates a new page, a new tab rather, here. For me to do this, I need to give small white space so that I know that that's the end of the section. So I'm going to come here and start adjusting the box. So maybe I reduce it a bit. I already have one here. Let me delete it. So I'm going to increase the box and I'll just change. Nothing has happened. I increase again. I check. Nothing has happened. If I increase something like this, oh, the space is too much. So I reduce it again, small. It's too much. I really just want to leave a little white space. Something like this is fine. Now, once I've been able to do that, the line that I brought down, I then take it up to the end of the box. Once I've done that, I now click on the rectangle and say delete. And this gives you that whatever you're designing for your hero section, this is the point you need to design. So that when your users, they log into your page, they don't need to scroll down to see the important information. They can see every design right here. Okay. Now, the next thing you need to do is to start typing. Now, we're going to type 7 communities, which is the logo name. So you come here and you click on your T. You click inside the box, and we're going to type 7 communities. It's just the same way you're typing when you're typing a word and all that. You put it maybe somewhere here to the left. We are going to be looking at this design. We're going to try to imitate whatever this is here. Now, we're going to look at this. The size is 18. Now, this is your font weight, how bold or how light you want your text to look like and all that. So I put it on medium and I gave 18. Now, before I go into this, there are some sizes I want you to take notes. Please write this down. Whenever you're designing a landing page or website or a web application, not mobile, a web application. Whenever you're designing, your body text should be between 16 to 24. It should not go lower than 16 and it should not go above 24. That is the rule. Your body text, let me show you what a body text looks like. This is called body text. Your body text, this is body text. This one here is your body text. These are called title. This is title. All right. So this is body text. These are body text. So your body text should be between 16 to 24. Where do I get my 16 to 24? Here, the way you change your font size. So I can select 16. I can select up, but the max is 24. You might say, oh, I can't see 18 in case if I want 18. Just type 18 here. That's just it. Just type 18 there. All right. Okay. So now your title text on your hero section, the next thing you need to know, your title text on your hero section should be between 45 pixels to about 65. Your title text on your hero section, this is your hero section. This place, I've explained what that is, should be between 45 to 65. You can see I gave here 45. So your title text on your hero section sizes are different from, in your body text in your other section. All right, but only for hero section should be between 45 to 65. So I can add 50, 60 if I want, depending on whether I'm designing and all that, but it should be between 45 to 65. So it depends on what you're designing. Okay. Now, when it comes to different sections, all right, this is your body text. Before I move into that, your body text on your hero section and your body text on your hero section and then your body text on your navigation must be the same size. Must be the same size. So if you use a body text of 16 here, your body text on your navigation should also be 16. Once you just know this rule, every other thing you're seeing here, you can do it. Because I've showed you where to put your text and all that. But once you know this rule, you're easy to go. You can even design this without even me showing you further. These are the things that I'm checking, the things I'll be checking when I'm actually going through your work, doing your assignments. Your navigation bar, please write it down, and your body text should always be the same size. Secondly, your navigation color and your body text should also be the same size and the same color. Now, it's actually promoting consistency. You may ask, but this home is part of my navigation, but it's showing a pink. Why? Now, that is based on hierarchy. These are UI principles that I'll be showing you later, but I don't want to get deep into it. The reason is just so that as a user, it shows that you're on the home page section. It guides you, because if everything is all gray, this color, I think this color should be like gray or so, and all that. If everything is on this, it will confuse the user what particular page they are on. You can see that some. Is that a question?
Sorry.
Is that a question? No? Okay. Okay. So if you get to some websites, you see that sometimes they, base their hierarchy. It could be on colors, or it could be they put something like this. Let me put something like this. Maybe something like this to show you that you're on a particular page. Has anyone come across this? Please, just anyone can say yes or no. Something like this. Has anyone come across that before? Has anyone come across this?
Yes.
That shows you on a particular page. Exactly. It's just to tell the user what page you are. So as a designer, you can do whatever you want to do. So if you're selecting something like this to show a user that this is where you are, then this color would all have to be the same. But if you're not putting things like this, like a small rectangle there, then wherever that you are, the current page you're on, you can give it a color. You can give it. I don't want to get deep into it, but just understand that for now, whatever color you put in here must be the same on your body text. On your navigation should be the same color on all your body text. You can see if I come here, my body text color is still 7070. If I come here, it's still 7070. If I click on here, it's still 7070. That's my color code. If I come down here, you see 70-70. It promotes, you can see it's beautiful, it's clean, everything is, but if you have different color here, it will look very shabby and all that, and like a lot of colors going on. So these are little principles I want you to get to know. Now, these are just different sections. All right. I won't dive into that now. And then here is called your footer. Those are the two major things that would always be when you're creating a website, a web application, a landing page, and all that. You always have your hero section and you always have your footer. These other ones can change depending on requirements. All right. But we would get in that when we start. So please, you can start typing. These are very easy to do. Just type. I selected the font is Inter. The font weight. This is called the font weight. How heavy do you want the text to look like bold, semi-bold, or whatever? I kept it at medium. The font size on your property, I gave it 18. All right. Remember, we said your body text should be between 16 to 24. So I gave here 18, but I gave the navigation 16. These are all 16. So let's start with typing your saving communities and also type out these ones. So I'm just going to do that. You may just need to watch me just because of time, because I want to round up soon. So we just need to just watch me. So I'm going to type in saving communities. And then what color is this? Color, I'm going to drop the color codes to you much later, and I'll send it with your assignment. So the color code is this. I'm just going to copy that. Remember, I've told you how to do that. So you copy the color code you want, select the particular one you want to put up the color code, come to your field and say Control V, enter. I'll do it again. Now, we want to do the home about donate. Just come to your title text and type home, click out, come to your text again and type about, click out. Next thing again, come again, type in your donate, click out. The next thing again you want to do is come here, type in your text too, and type community, and you click out. Now, I'm going to try to set everything to 16 because I'm giving all my body text 16. So I'll give you all the rules in your assignments. So I'm going to set everything to 16. So all I'm just need to highlight everything. You can do it one by one if you want. If you want to highlight, click on one, click on control, press your shift rather, click on home, keep pressing your shift, select the second one, hold down on your shift still, select the third one, hold down on your shift, select the next one. It highlights everything. You cannot then come here. So whatever you do applies to every single thing. Then I come here, I'm going to select it to 16. Then I'm going to give my body text, my body text color. You can see I'm highlighting so everything would happen at the same time. I'm going to give it a color of 70, 70, 70. Right? The reason is because the background is dark. I don't want to put up a white background on a white. It won't be visible. Now, once you're done with this, just leave it there for now. The next thing you want to now then do is you want to first create this background, because you can see that this text is on top of this background. So you're going to create this background. How do you do that? Is by creating a shape tool, which is a rectangle. So these are basic things you will just know. So you just come here, click on rectangle. So I'm going to use my eye to kind of measure from what end to what end. I can see that the rectangle ended at this side. Remember, I told you that there are some exceptions, like putting up a background color can extend beyond your grid. Right? So I'm going to look at this and say, okay, from here to here. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to draw my rectangle. You can see the plus sign. I'm going to draw my rectangle. So end to end on the side. Maybe draw it up to maybe somewhere like this. Maybe I can adjust it. I could always adjust if I feel like maybe it's not. Maybe if it's too much, I can always adjust it. So I look at it again. So you're just using your eye to measure. What I'm trying to teach you guys is basically training your eyes to be able to imitate different things. Once you have been able to imitate something exactly and design it the way it is, you can now start gaining more confidence to design things on your project alone, because on your project time, it's you that will have to create that solution and design from fresh without having to look at anything to imitate completely. Now, once that is done, I'm going to also select the color. So I can see that the color for this is, so once you click on it, I'll give you all these color codes. You can see it's 55EF. So I'm just going to copy that. It's Control C. You click on it, copy. These are the normal easy stuffs I believe we're all used to. You click on where you want the color to change. Come back to fill and say Control V and enter. that color code will be there. But because our grid line is pink, you may think it's not there. It's there. If you want to turn off your grid layout, see this I button here on your property. All right. If you click turn off that, you can see it's there. So when you're designing, if you really want to see what you're designing well, you can always turn off. But I always say when you're designing, make sure this thing is on. It helps you to guide to ensure that you are properly aligning things properly. All right. So you can always turn on and turn off, when you need that. Now that you're done with this, the next thing we are going to do is now to align this. I'm not going to be very I'm not going to focus on your alignment at the moment, all right, on how good and clean it is. I will teach you first teach you principles of alignment before I then start ensuring that whatever you're doing. But I want to first see how you can ensure that things are properly aligned. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to first arrange this, try to put them in the same line. There's an easy way to do this, but I don't want to confuse you guys at the moment. So once I've done, I've put this at the same, put everything on the same line. I'm going to highlight. It's the same way when you're doing some, just left click. You can see drag. I'm still holding my left cursor and highlight. You're just highlighting things. Now, the next thing I would say you should now then do is come to this property panel to make things easier for you, because I want to make sure they have equal spacing. How do I know they don't have equal spacing? If I click home and I hold shift and I click about, it's showing that the space between home and about is 28. If I click about and I hold shift and I click on donate, it's showing 37. You can see there's inconsistency. Now, when you're designing, it has to be consistent. If I click donate and I click on community, it's saying 37. It's not consistent. Now, if I click on the one I've done, you can see 60. If I click on this, 60. If I click on this as well, 60. It promotes consistency. All right. It's very important. That's another principle in designing. So I'm going to highlight all of them. Then I'm going to come down to make sure you're on design on your property bar, click towards the end, the more options, and I'm going to say distribute horizontal spacing. You already know that this is aligned horizontal. Horizontal is this. This is horizontal. Let me put a line. This is horizontal. All right. And then this is vertical. Let me get on another line. This is vertical. All right. So just in case anyone may be confused on that. So highlight, click on this, and we're going to align it horizontal because they are all in a horizontal format. So say distribute horizontal spacing, meaning distribute equal spacing horizontally. So I'm going to click on that. You can see that at the moment now, everything is all aligned. Another thing I like to always do is just say align top. Just make sure that each of them is aligned to the top. So if I click on this and hold shift, click on about, you can see it's giving me spacing of 34. About donate, 34. Donate community, 34. Now this is beautiful. Now, one thing I like to always say is, since you guys are new beginners, highlight everything and then group it. Grouping it, making everything as one. So that if I am trying to move everything, I can move everything as one. Because if I want to move now, I have to move in one of them, and then the whole thing would distort. So how do you group again? Highlight everything using your left click, right click, and say group selection. Two ways to do it: right click, group selection, or you can say Control G. Now, when you say group selection, you can see now if I want to move anything, I can move all of this together. If I also want to adjust the spacing, you can see the spacing here. It will give me equal spacing. So let me set this to about 60. Let me give it a spacing of 6, equal spacing of 60. You can also decide to type it in case and all that. You can see that from here to here is 60. From here to here is 60. So now, and everything is grouped. If you're then done with this, the next thing I will now then say you should do is right click again and bring to front. The reason why we do this, I always like to do it as a good practice, is sometimes when you start designing things outside the box, by the time you want to bring it into the box, it may not appear. So I always like to say, for good practice, right click, say bring to front, meaning that whatever I'm bringing this into, it will be at the front of it. So once I've done that, I'm going to drag down to and align it. Okay, so I'm going to align it at the center, maybe somewhere at the center. Maybe somewhere here. Let me look at the design. So let me look at design and see how. So on the design, you can see that it's not purely at the center. Community entered a bit. All right. So when you're designing, I'm going to give you this image while you're designing to look through. So I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to go back and check. I can see that, okay, this is community. I can go back. and all that. So this is fine. Great. Now I can maybe I'm happy with this. Now you're done with this. If I turn off the grid, remember this how to turn off the grid layout, you can see you've done something like this. All right. Now the next thing you need to do is to drop a button. All right. Now how do you drop a button? Is still using a rectangle. So that's why your two panel is very helpful. Click on your rectangle button. You can just create any size. For now, I wouldn't want to say, okay, you have to use a particular size and all that. But one thing I always like to say is maybe for your height, give it like 44. Your width can be anything. But remember, this is not like a standard rule and all that. But I always like to use 44 as my height, but I can always adjust my width. But it depends on what I'm building as well. It can be, I can also decide to adjust my height if need be as well. So now I've done this. Now I may want to also you can see this is cornered. It has this curved corners, right? Now you can see that this one is straight. Now I want to corner this just like this. How do you do that? You click on your rectangle. You can see it's already showing you the shape right here on your property bar to your right. So you can just you can increase it like this, or you can type. You can just be typing until you get what you're looking for. I look at this 10. Is it okay? If you think it's not okay, 15 and all that. Does it look like what it looks like? Oh, I can see this one is looking a bit too curved. This one is not really looking too that curved. So I want you to train your eyes and understand how this is. So I might look at this and say, okay, I think this is okay. Then maybe the width, I might want to reduce it a bit if I think I need to. I will teach you auto layout much later when we get auto layout. Let me not even say anything about it so that it doesn't confuse you. All right, so let's just get with the basic things. Now that you've done your button, we now need to type. So before we type, let's get this color. Let's get this color. Now I'm going to give you the colors, but one way to do about it, in fact, without even giving you the color. So imagine if I don't give you a color, this is how you do it. In fact, train you, I won't give you colors. I want to train you on how to copy colors. How do you do that? You're designing and you want to get the same color to be on your button. Click on that particular place you want. Click on this and all that, because that's the color. Select this color picker. All right. It means that you want to select this color. Sorry. Click on this. Click on the one you want to give that color to. So click on this button. This is the button you're designing. You want to give that color to. All right. So once you've selected that, click on fill. Click on your eyedropper, and then your eyedropper is saying, where do you want to pick the color from? Where do you want to pick the color from? I want to pick up from this box. I left click. It takes that exact color. So I think this is the best. I'll give you guys the picture, the image of this, and you pick up your colors and make it exactly. Now that you've picked up that color, you can, if this is obviously a white, but if you're unsure if this is a white color, you do the same thing. So we are going to then type in get started. We're going to say get started. Now, I also gave this 16, all right, the button 16. So it's actually still on 16. Now I'm going to position this somewhere at the center. You can see the cross sign, or I think I can call it a cross sign, the cross sign up and down. That's horizontal and vertical, showing me that this is placed at the center. That is one step you can actually get to do that. The second step you can actually get to do that for those who like to do things much faster is this. Click on the get started, hold down your shift, click on the box, it highlights everything, and then come to this place that says align horizontal center. You can do that and it would align horizontal center. So what it's just trying to say is it will align horizontal, make sure that this get started is at the center of this box. So anyone that you choose is fine. All right. So I may just maybe push it up maybe a bit somewhere here. Okay, something like this is fine. Now, once I'm done with that, I would advise just group it. Grouping is highlighting from outside inside, Control G, right? I have grouped it. Now I am going to do the same thing, right click and bring to front. You always do this if you are designing something from outside your frame. I always like say is a good practice, bring to front, so that you don't start looking for where is this thing I designed. Now, once you click bring to front, I put it at the end. Remember, it's only boxes for background that gets above this grid line. Every other thing must end at this pink grid line. All right. So I'm going to place it towards the end. You can see it's end to end on this one. The get started button ended at this pink layout grid. The logo or company name also ended at this layout grid. Okay. Now I'm going to look at this and see, does this match everything I'm looking for? Yes. So I'm going to turn this off. All right. And everything looks great. Now, just for me to be fast, you already know how I type these things. All right. So this, I'm just going to just copy and then paste instead of having to retype all this and all that. So I'm going to show you this one, and I'm going to show you this one as well. In fact, let me do it. Let me do it. So that someone will not say you copied and paste, and that's why mine is not looking like that. So let me just do it. It's fine. And help fight hunger today. All right. Now, I'm not going to give you the sizes because I want to train your eyes. So when I look at this, if I was designing now, this is 16, and I already know that this is more of like it looks smaller than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here and say, okay, maybe let me reduce it to 14. It shouldn't be the same thing with your title text. All right, it shouldn't be the same thing to your title text. So I can reduce this to 4. That's the only time you can reduce this. Remember, your body text should always be this. But when you're trying to, it's like an accent, something extraordinary and all that. Maybe something you're trying to like get people's attention to. Some people might put something like, we are the number 1, we are the best in Africa. You know, those elements, those kind of caption points and all that. You know, you make them smaller and all that. So I can let's say, okay, put that as 14. That's the only time you do that. But not every time you design and you have that there. So I can see that the next one, I have to type millions. You may ask, how did I break this thing into like this? I will show you. The next thing you do is millions in our community. I'm going to type millions in our community. Type everything in full. Don't break down. That's the mistake a lot of designers do. They try to break down and all that. Don't break it down because this one is broken down. Type everything in full length, and I'll show you how to go about it with food insecurity. Click out and all that you see there. Now that I've done this, let me put a full stop. I think there's a full stop there. I made a mistake with food. Oh, all right. Now that you're done with this, how do I make it like this? Remember the rule I gave again is when you're designing your title text for your hero section is between 45 minimum to about 65 maximum. All right. So we're going to click on this, your title text, which you've done. That's something you want your people to see. So imagine if this was not on 45, imagine if it was on 16, I'm going to put it to 45. Okay. And give it a semi-bold. So I'm going to give it, okay, it's already on semi-bold. So I'll give it semi-bold. Now let me do this. So now this is how it would be for you. Your semi-bold will be there, your 45 is there. All right. Your semi-bold is there and your 45 is there. Now, if you want to make this give equal spacing, the best thing to do is select this. You see here that says line height. Line height is the height, line height is the height between millions and this. The spacing between millions and this is an equal spacing. The spacing between struggle and insecurity is an equal spacing because at the end of the day, we are more concerned to ensure that everything is aligned properly. So you can see that I gave a line height of each of these 65. All right. And you can see the 65 here. So you click on this first of all, and then you can then type in 65. Remember, 65 might not work for everything. You just do it. It's not this particular one is not a rule. It's just how you want to design. How you may prefer you want it 50. Okay, let me do this first of all. So once you're done with that, you just pull up the corner like this. You can see and all that. Now let's say if I want to give this 50, it's looking too small. You can see the space is too small. If I give it 30, it's too small. All right, so that's why. So you just basically work on whatever that gives good spacing. So to me, maybe 65 gives good spacing. You may be 60 and all that, but as far as you're actually giving good space. Now that I'm done with this, the next thing I'm going to do is to check this color. I want this color. Now, how do I get this color? I will click on this millions. I'll click on my fill. I'll click on this, and I'll click on this. And I've gotten that color. Now, how do I get this color as well? I'll click on this help fight hunger, the one I typed. Click on this fill. Click on the eyedropper. Scroll, zoom in, and then click on this color. And I've gotten that color as well. Now, because I designed outside for good practice, I always like to say right click, bring to front, and then you can then bring it in. Right click, bring to front, and then you can then bring it in. So you can see your website is already coming in good shape. All right. Now, I've taught you how to do this, but for time, I'm going to now then do this one. It's the same process. You see this thing here? Type everything in one line. Then use your line height and give spacing. All right. So just for time, I'm just going to duplicate this and I'm going to bring it here. Now, I've already taught you how to do donate, how to do your button. It's the same thing here. All I just need to do is just make a copy of this. I can just come here, right click and say copy. Come out here and say paste. Then I'll change it to donate because that one is for donate. So you see, this is very easy to do once you understand the principle. Now, how did we align this together? It's the same thing. You can either highlight everything and then come to your align horizontal. It will take it horizontal. Now that is done, I'm going to right click, bring to front, and I'm going to position it somewhere here. You can see wherever I'm designing, I should not pass this line. You can see this is the end of my hero section. If not, the important thing would move past the hero section page and all that. So I think I need to move this up, still down, and just highlighting everything. You can move everything one by one if you want. So let me something like this. Then I need to move this a bit up. So when you're designing, you always have to just keep checking and all that. Maybe something like this, fine. Just highlighting everything. You can highlight one by one. How to highlight, I think I've already told you, is press down your shift and click multiple things you want to get all together. So now this is done. Now this is how it works. I would not ask you to do this for now. If I let me take this off, I'll teach you icons later. Don't do this icon. I'll teach you how to do icon because that's a different topic on its own. There are different types of icon and where you can get icons from. I don't want to get you guys overload now. The next thing is how it works. So the same way you type and then change the color, but just for us to be fast, I'm just going to do that quickly. So I'm going to position it at the center and all that. So I'm going to position that at the center. Now, I'm sure you already know how to do this. It's the same thing. You just type. So I didn't do, all I just did, I just typed 105 up, then give some spacing, type chef. So all you just need to do is just come here, 105, click out, another text to type in chefs, bring it down and all that. Then you can decide to maybe give this, this color. So you select this. I already told you how to select the color. Come here, you click on this, come here, because I want to give it to this color and all that. Then I can see that this one looks smaller. The font size looks smaller. This one looks a bit bigger. So this I want you to train. Look at it, study it before you do. So I look at it and I come here and I say, okay, this one maybe is okay, but the chef, I need to reduce it. So I can give the chef like maybe 16 and see, does it look too big? Yes, I'll give it a regular. Does it look too, I can say, okay, let me give it a 15 and all that. Then I put it down here. Maybe I can give this a 16 if I want and all that, and then give here maybe like a 24. So you just look at it and get that, say, okay, this looks good. Once you feel like it looks good, you're imitating the same thing. You click on this, you click on this, you hold shift, click on this and say group. I think I've said this several times. And then obviously you then bring to page and then you take it to that place. I'm going to stop here. I believe this one I've already explained that. Now I'm going to show you how to import your images. That's the last thing I'm going to show you for this class, and I'll give you assignments. I'm going to show you how to import your images. Now, one of the best way I'll say you should do is we have different places where you import images. We have places like on Splash, we have free pick. All right, so you can download, you can write it down on Splash. You can say www.onsplash.com, or you can say www.freepik, that's P-I-K, free, P-I-K.com. Now, there are two ways to get these pictures. One is either as a plugin. The second one is either as going to the website, downloading it to your laptop, and then importing it here. Well, let's start with today's own. I'll teach you those two sites. But for today, let's go with a plugin. So I'm going to go on a plugin. You may not have it. All you need to do is come to your plugin, come to manage plugins, and then type in, let's say, free pick. I don't want story by free pick. It's supposed to be here. Let me see. Are they taking it off from their plugins? Let me type on Splash. Okay, on Splash is here. Maybe I don't know why I can find. So you can just run it. So once that comes, you run it. Now, once that is done, it would open the page. All right. So I want an image here. So I look at what kind of image is this. It's showing like an old lady, right? Now you don't have to get the exact pictures. You may not find it. All right. So I'm not bothered if you get the exact picture. Now click on this box where your image is going to be. All right. This box. Sorry, no, we didn't even draw the box. Next, you're going to do, you're going to draw this box. You can see there's a box here. Before we go on there, we're going to draw this box for our image. So we click on rectangle. We're going to draw the box somewhere from here to about here. I think maybe something like this. All right. So now on this box where you've drawn from image, select this box. Go to your Unsplash. I've just told you how to go about it. Go to your Figma. Go to your plugins. You may not see it here because you don't have it. Go to manage plugins. Type in Unsplash. It will, and then say run. Once it comes up, say run. It will then open this page for you. So I'm going to search and say maybe old lady. Enter. So maybe this may be what I want. I know that I will teach you principles of pictures and what kind of pictures you use when you're designing in particular, what kind of pictures you use and what kind of pictures you don't use when we get to the picture side. But for now, we're just going to click on any grammar. I'm just going to click on this. So when you click on that, because your box is selected, this picture would automatically appear. So let me click on this and then this. Yeah. So make sure that your box, my box wasn't selected before. So make sure your box is highlighted. All right. So once your box is highlighted, let me do it again. So let's say Control Z. Make sure that you click on this box. If not, the picture would appear on the page like that first one. So click on the box and click on your image. That image appears here. So I'm going to close this. Now, if I want to see what I've done so far, I'm going to click on my desktop name frame and close this I button, and it shows you what you have done so far. So this is what you have done so far in creating your hero section. All right, in creating your hero section. So you can see I didn't look well on my box. My box should be a bit longer, but it's fine. I'm just trying to like rush it up with you guys for now. Just make sure you understand the concepts. I'm not trying to be so perfect. I want you guys to understand it and all that. So if you understand everything we have done so far, I want you to put up a Y on the comment box. And if you've got any question, please put up an M. We are already rounding up for now. So it's just to give you assignments. So everyone, if you understand what has been taught so far, put up a Y. If you don't understand, if you've got any question, put up an N. I'm not getting responses. Okay, I'll do responses. I didn't know. Sorry. All right. Mr. Envo.
Okay, sorry, please. I was at a loss when you were mentioning how to get the image. You said we should go to Figma and click on. Okay. You were mentioning plugin or something.
Okay. All right. I'll do that again for you to see. So I'm gonna take off this image box.
You mention it if you can. Not to go through it again because
okay, not to go through. Okay, you understand it.
Yes.
Okay. All you need to do is go to your Figma, go to your plugins, and go to your manage plugins. All right. This box will come up. You can type in Unsplash. You may not see it here because you don't have it, but because I've run it before. So when you type in Unsplash, it would come in here as run. But because I've already run it before, so now I have it on this system. So
sorry, you call it plugin?
It's called plugins.
I don't know if you can spell it for me, sorry.
Because the screen is really tiny. What you type in Unsplash. Let me come again. You go to your Figma icon.
Yes.
Okay? You come down to where you're seeing plugins. Can you see my screen?
It's so tiny, but it's fine.
I thought everyone was seeing it clearly before.
No, I can see, but the letterings are very tiny.
Okay,
they are tiny. We're not seeing it.
Okay, can you see now?
Plugs, then Unsplash.
Yes. So no. For now, because you wouldn't have Unsplash on yours because you've not run it. So you come to your plugins. You come to manage plugins.
Okay.
You click on your manage plugins. I know you're seeing Unsplash. It's because I just downloaded it now.
Okay.
So yours, you wouldn't see it. Come to your search bar and then type Unsplash. It will come out like this and have something here that says run. You click on that run. Right now, it's not showing because I've already downloaded it.
Okay.
So you click on the run. Then wait for about a few seconds. A pop-up box like this will now then
Don't touch that thing.
Okay.
Okay. A pop-up box like this, let me open one, will now show like this after a few seconds. You can now then, before you now then type, select the box of where the image will be.
Okay.
Make sure it's selected, not the frame size, just that box of the image.
Okay.
And then you can type in whatever image you want. So let's say old lady.
Okay.
Let's say old lady. Let's see what comes out. I can select this one. And it appears here. It will take the shape of the box.
Okay.
And then you can close the box out, and this is it. So if you want to see what you've done, you just click on the frame again and then click off the eye and you get it done. So this is how to do your hero section. Is that understand? Did you understand now?
Yes, thank you so much. Just one more before you go, please.
Yes,
I know
please.
there are other people waiting. You also mentioned something about sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, it's fine. It's fine. I think I got it now.
You got it now. Okay.
Yes, thanks.
No problem. All right, Mr. Moses.
Yes. I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, you raised your hand.
No, okay.
Okay, then okay.
No problem. I'll go through everything afresh because there was where you lost me all this while. So
you will have got my attention immediately. No problem. This video will be posted on the YouTube channel to enable anything you missed out.
Is immediately or
I'll try to do it. I'll try to do it as fast as I can. And once I do it, it takes time to download and all that. So it depends on how fast it will go. But I'll definitely announce in the training group that once it's been uploaded, so you guys can all go get that done. Okay. I'm also going to.
I understand some of the things because I'm new to this whole thing. I've never been a designer before. I don't even know how to use CorelDRAW. But seeing this thing, but I have a challenge from the beginning. You know, the picture that we're using, I didn't know where you got it. I've checked all my this, I can't find it. So, but when I got to second page, I'll be able to do title. I followed some bit by bit. But where I have problem is that your is it the work this is my own, your own, the background is black. I couldn't change my background.
I said that a bit earlier. How you do that is this, all right? When you click out of, make sure you're not clicking any frame size. That's a very good question. Make sure you're not clicking any frame size. Click on the background. You see the page that you can see the color is already showing black. If I put it here, it will go to white. If I drag this here, it goes to white.
Okay.
So you can change it. I always like to say put it blacks just so that whatever you're designing would be more visible.
Okay. I think I've done that now.
Okay.
My background is black. Now the rectangle we created. You asked us to drag something. Where would you put all the design now and draw the line? And I created that design and changed it to red. But my own, I told you I couldn't do that with the ruler. Root things to be able to do that.
Okay. What we'll do is after the class. Okay. After the class, we would have a personal one just so I can guide you, so I can let every other person go, and then I can actually guide you on how to do that. Is that okay?
Very well.
Okay, great stuff. Has anyone got any other question again before I give assignment for today? Does anyone have any other question, or do we all understand? If we all understand what has been said so far, could we please put up a why? Let me just ensure that everyone understand what has been done so far. There will be a YouTube, but I want to make sure at least you understand what has been done so far. Please put up a why. I want everyone, I'm going to be checking all the names. I want everyone to basically put up something there, whether it's a Y or an N, just so I know that everyone is following. So I'm waiting for everyone. Keep it going. Keep it going if you understand every single thing. And please, if I'm talking, because I talk a bit fast, so if I'm explaining anything, I'm a bit fast, please let me know. Okay, so I guess everyone understands. I can see everyone putting up a Y, which is good. I will try to get it done on our YouTube channel to put up everything, because that's the only way I can basically send the video. It's a very lengthy video, so I'll try and get that downloaded and uploaded. And once that is done, I'll let you know. If it's able to be done today, I'll let you know. If not, but you will definitely get it today, tomorrow, for you to assess and guide you through. Okay, so just to give you assignments so I can let everyone go. All right, so if you're able to do this, you can do all of this. It's not hard. But don't worry, what I'll ask you to do is this. I'd ask you to design up to, let me see. I think you guys can finish this, so it's not hard though. It's not, you guys have a whole 1 week to design this. It's very short. Because you guys, when you're designing, you'll be designing, when you get to your mobile apps, you'll be designing more than 100 screens, 200 screens, different pages, web application. You can design more than five or even more. So I think this is fine for a 1 week to design, but there are things that I would say you shouldn't bother yourself to do. You see things like icon, don't worry yourself. But I'm going to teach you one more thing. If you see things like icon, don't bother doing it. How did I do this? You may ask, how did I do this? This one. Okay. Let me see. This other one is very easy. It's just a picture right up. This other one is just a picture. It's just a picture right up. These are just circle. You put numbers inside of it, put up a line and all that. So I think this one is fine. This one is fine. This one is a stroke. Okay. All right. So there are things I'm going to tell you not to do, because I need to explain how you get to do those ones. So don't do them, and I'll tell you how to do those ones. So I want you guys to finish this page. You have over a week to get it done, but I'll tell you the ones you don't do. I'll explain how to do that in our next class. Your icons, see this icon here? Don't do it. Just put only how it works. Leave this place vacant. In fact, I'm going to take off everything I don't want you to do, and I'm going to send it to you. Then something like this, don't do. I'll tell you how to do that, because you need to learn how to use your stroke and all that. So I'm going to take that off for now. Once I then teach you how to do it, you will do that again. Then this one is still fine. This is also a stroke. I'm going to just take off. Let me ungroup this. I'm going to take off just this one. Just leave it like this. All these icons, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to take that off, because icon is a different topic. There are different types of icons. I don't want you to get confused. This, I'm going to take it off for now. And then I'm just going to ask you to I'm just going to take it off for now. And I'll teach you how to get icons and all that. I think this one is fine. This one is fine. It's just put in the background. Yeah, every other thing here is fine. It's something you can do. Looking at this, is there anything you think you don't know on how to go about it? And I can quickly just explain it to you now. Because everything here just seems to me as pictures, images, background, and all that. So if, for example, if you look at this, it looks like this background comes first. This image comes on top. All right. And all that. So I think everything here is something you can do. Just replicate them. I want you to look at this and all that. When you see images, you don't have to get the exact image. You can use any image. All right. So don't think, oh, I have to get the exact image that was used. No, you can use the same image. This one went off. Okay. Does anyone have anything confusing you think you might not be able to do here? Because I think this is very easy to do. It's just place a background color here, put up a picture here, and put up a title text. Now, your title text for your body section, give it 18. Why the other ones remain 16? Only your hero section, give it a 65. Please write it down. Only your hero section for your title text is 65. The rest are all 18. Your logo side here or company name, give it 18. Your button size here is 16. And all that. I'm going to try to put up most of all this on a document when I'm sending you so I'm going to send this to the WhatsApp, the image of this you're going to replicate. I'm also going to send a document with some of the guidelines for your assignments as well. So I'll put that. It's something you can do. So please do well to go through this assignment and submit it on Thursday, on or before 6 p.m. If you can do it today and submit it today, fine. Tomorrow, fine. But you have up till Thursday, 6 p.m. to submit. Now, there's one thing I want to teach you. When you're designing, you may ask, how do I do this? Just drag down. But I always like to say, for good practice, before you drag anything, highlight from outside everything. Okay? So click on this. Okay, that's fine. It's because there are no icons. That's why. So just there are no icons. Yeah, icons would have distorted that. That's why I don't want you to put icons for now. So you can just drag this and all that. You can just drag this. You can drag it as much as you want. You can drag, you design small when you're done. You drag, you design small when you're done. You drag, you design small, and all that. That's what I want you to do. Once you're done designing everything, I want you to take off. You just take off your grid line. Just take off your grid line once you're done. But when you're designing, make sure that your grid line is on. That's one thing I want to teach you. And then the last thing I want to teach you is how do you share your assignments when you're done? How you share your assignment when you're done, you can see the share button right here. Click on the share button. I'm going to drop in TechMinds Academy email address right now to you. Just give me a second. Let me get that up. So I'm going to share. So this is our email address, the email address you're going to submit your assignment. Don't post it on the group. All right. Send it to me as an email. How I'll go about it is I want every one of you to do this, after this class. How you do it, copy this email address, come to your Figma and paste it here. All right. You paste the email address here. But because I can't say you're not able to send an invite to yourself, it's because I'm the one. I'm already on my email on this. But you type, you paste my email here, or you can write it. Give me a can edit this thing, and just in case if there's anything I want to check out. All right. So you give me a can edit view, and then the next thing I want to do is to send an invite to me. So that once I get that, I can be able to come. So once you give me that, what happens is that when you give me that, I can be able to come in on your page and check your work. So this is another thing you can also do, in case if your team members, you guys want to like collaborate or things like that, you can invite them and they can actually have access to your work, and you guys can actually work on the same page together. You will see them, when they come in and all that. So give me that access so that I can actually be able to go through your work as well. Because if you don't, I won't be able to, access your work. So what you do is click on the share button, type in the email here, and make sure that when you type in the email, give me a can edit and then click on invite. Once you do that, I'll be able to get a notification that you invited me, and in that way, I can be able to have access to your assignment. Now, you will see things like this. You give me a comment. So this is how to give a comment. So I may give a comment to say, great work. Just know I'm the one that left it. So this is how to give a comment. If I click on this, you will be able to see it and all that. And then if there are any questions you want to ask, drop a comment there. I would also, that's when obviously you have invited me. I'll be able to give a comment, and you too can reply to say thank you and all that. So this is another way of communicating and all that, when you're working with a team. And that's another thing I wanted to teach you here, because you will see this, when I'm reviewing your assignments. So I think that's everything for today and all that. I'm going to stop sharing now.